everybody's program is different on snack. I just use certain things with snack and that other people don't, or they do.
Right.
So it is what it is.
Terence, what do you think of Canelo kind of ruling out the fight against you?
Well, he was getting a lot of backlash on his fight with Charlo. Charlo then put up a good fight, given that he was going up 2 weight classes, and a lot of people felt as if Canelo was a bully in that fight. But I just think that Charlo just went in there and just tried to get a payday. He didn't even go in there with the mindset of winning. He just went in the mindset of not getting stopped.
So has the Canelo fight, realistically left your mind once he said he's not interested, or you're still pursuing it?
Not at all. I think business talk. With the right business come across the table, it happens.
What changed when we talked to you before the Spence fight? You were kind of like 68. Like, that's kind of crazy. That's too much. What changed since the Spence fight that made you go, no, I can go to 68 and do it?
Man, I just be talking. You know what I mean? I just be talking, man. Canelo a big dude. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I believe in my abilities. He's not. He's a heavy dude, but he's not a big guy. Like, he's 5'8". I'm 5'8". You know what I mean? My arm's longer than his. So. That fight would be good.
What's the status on the rematch between you and Errol Spence? And if so,
you wasn't here earlier.
Yeah, I know. I was out there getting Bomac, man.
But with the Canelo fight, is it a case though where it's like I could handle that heat if he lands, or he's just not going to land it if you guys fall?
Well, you're gonna get hit in the fight. That's one thing we all know, and I believe in my abilities, and I believe in myself that I can handle anything that any fighter brings at me or throw at me. I gotta be able to believe in myself if I'm gonna get in the ring with you. I can't go in the ring thinking, oh man, if this guy hit me, he's gonna knock me out, or if this guy hit me, he's gonna break my ribs. So, I wouldn't even entertain a fight if I felt like, that'd be a fight where I couldn't hold up if I was getting punched on or anything. Now, if you was talking about Deontay Wilder or something, like, man, that dude better not hit me.
Yeah, so
Canelo's not going to take the
what
fight,
is your
though.
opinion about like the heavyweights, like Wilder, Joshua? They will share like main card over Middle East. What do you think about that?
Man, that's good. That's good. Those guys going over there, and the Middle Eastern guys is putting on hell of a shows. They making it a big event, and I think that they showing us in the United States, a blueprint of the type of event that we should be doing surrounded by boxing. When you go and you look at the event on TV, and when you see how the fight is choreographed outside and the lights and just everything that's surrounding it, you just be like, wow. You appreciate it, but then when you come to a fight in America, it's just like, all right, well, you're getting these two guys fighting, and that's what you guys getting. So I think it's great for us.
With all the politics that you went through from all the different promotion companies, that you kind of led the path of like doing it your way. Shakur is obviously underneath your wing, and there's obviously promotional things from a tank fight or a Devin fight. What does these conversations go like when you talk to Shakur about making those fights that took you forever that you finally achieved?
Well, I just tell him it take time. It take time to make those type of fights, especially when you guys is on 2 different playing fields. One top rank, one signed with Al Heyman, and they not doing business right now. So you just gotta be smart and let everything pan out and play out how it's gonna do, and everything else will fall in suit.
Hey, Terrence, next week we have a big fight between Andre and Benavidez, man. Who do you got in that one?
Where you been at, man?
I was outside interviewing Bomac, bro. Come on, man. Humor me, man.
Versus Alexander Usyk is the fight that the boxing needs.
You said Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk is the fight that boxing needs?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's the fight that boxing needs, given the fact that Tyson Fury has a very large name, and not too many people follow Usyk, but Usyk is a very talented fighter, and I feel like that's the fight that the heavyweight division needs to solidify one undisputed champion. And I feel like the fight that boxing needs is the fights that's going to make the most sense, and the fight that the fans want to see. I think that's what the fights that boxing.
Yeah,
right now.
given all the stuff with the sanctioning bodies, that's stripping you, have you ever thought about just saying, you know what, I'm not paying any more sanctioning fees going forward? Like, I'm done with the titles?
I look at the sanction bodies and stuff like that. It is what it is. It's a business. Everybody got to make a business. I mean, everybody got to eat. I'm not, opposed to, them eating. It's just how they eat. Like, you take a percentage for these fighters and they fighting for their life. I feel like as if, we should get a bonus for winning the championship. Like, where in any other sport in the world do they have to pay to be champion? That's unheard of. It's normally you get a bonus when you win. Like, so
prize fighting.
I'm against it, but it's been around so long that us fighters coming up, we want to be champions so long, so bad that it just go over our head until we get to a certain position in the sport where it matters. That 3% matters.
And do you care about winning a title in the 4th weight class?
Well, it's history. It's history. But like I always said, the champion makes the title. You got a lot of champions out here that people don't even know. So it's not about the belt. It's about the champion that's holding the belt.
Would you be more interested in Zoo at 54 since you ruled Charlo out after that performance with Canelo?
Well, Charlo still got 3 belts.
Mm-hmm.
He's still the champion. Once you win, the ring belt, that's the only belt that really matters.
Mm-hmm.
I can lose all my belts right now and still have the ring belt, and they can fight for them belts, and it wouldn't matter what they fight for because they only going to be recognized as a 2nd-tier champion, and the #1 champion is going to be the ring magazine champion.
So the Charlo fight is still, you still like that option possibly? Then?
Well, I'm not going to rule it out.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to rule it out, but at the same time, right now, I'm not looking to fight Charlo.
Did you already get in his head that night when you talked to him over the ropes? Like you planned,
I don't know, man. I just, I told him what I was going to do, and, as I was doing what I told him I was going to do, I let him know that he was next, and, it is what it is.
So, Terence, can you redeem the Tyson Fury Francis going MMA? Wrestle some of those guys and show that, you got one over here that can get down with the MMA guys and members?
Man, that's tough, man. That's tough. I always told y'all,
I've seen you wrestle, so,
I can wrestle. I definitely can wrestle, but it's more to wrestling than, that goes into UFC. You got jiu-jitsu, you got kickboxing, you got boxing, you got wrestling, you got so many, aspects of fighting, that goes into a fight. So it's like, you walking into like a street fight with a fighter that got all kinds of street fighter abilities. So it's like you go in there and he kick you, then what?
For the boxing fans, they're like, we got Terence Crawford, we can get it back.
Yeah, we definitely can get it back, but man, don't kick me, man.
He said don't kick me.
Do you think he has all skills in boxing to be the
Who?
next Shakur Stevenson?
Man, he's gonna be #1. I told y'all that. I've been telling y'all that for
Terence, does any part of you worry for Shakur though that it'll happen to him like it happened to you? He's got to wait till his 30s to get Tank and Devin.
No,
and,
I don't think so. He's young right now. He's in a great place in his career right now, and I think that everything's gonna work out for him. He just got to keep looking sharp, and everything else is gonna follow.
But you had to leave that place to get this place. Yeah.
All right.
All right, I'll talk to you, brother. Stall him out, Stall him out. It's my guy, man. He's about to be training, man. He's about to be the next up.
I want to take a picture with Lele. She is.
Deandra said hi.
Tell her hello. She on the line?
No, I'm recording for her.
Parking garage. Yeah, good.